Hey gamer gangster, as well as ladies and gentlemen. You are on the Game Time channel. Here we discuss the game and show the gameplay. As you know, there are many games, some good and some not good enough. Whatever you bro, do not waste time searching for good games. I will show you the games that I consider the best in my opinion. And so, today we will talk about fighting games. One way or another, we all played fighting games. This is not an inseparable part of the game industry. On mobile platforms, it is also a good time killer. I present you 9 lines in the list of the best fighting games. Shadow Fight 2 is a furious mixture of fighting game and RPG. You not only fight in the best traditions of military operations, but also by weapons alone. You will fight with all opponents, a huge arsenal of weapons, many hits and tricks will help you fight evil and close the gates of shadows. Beat with your feet, hands, chop and destroy, punching the path to victory. Immerse yourself in dynamic battles with realistic animations using unique technologies. Developers specifically for touchscreens equip your fighter with swords, nunchucks, claws, chains and other weapons. Put on and upgrade armor, helmets, magic amulets. Go through 6 provinces to defeat evil and close the gates of shadows. The only thing that makes you pause between battles is the stamina of the hero, and it can make you invest in the game. For the rest, Battlecy can be given for costumes and weapons. I am very Soviet to play. A worthy place in the list of our games is the best fighting games. Let's go further. Shadow Fight 3 tells the story a few years after the events of Shadow Fight 2 in a world filled with shadow energy and 3 powerful factions. Players start the game as a new recruit in Shadow Squad, a Legion squad that uses shadow energy for its own purposes. With further advancement, players find themselves in a dangerous world that is on the verge of a great war. There are currently 3 types of items in the game: weapons, armor, and helmet. Each equipment contains a shadow ability that can be used with charged energy. In addition to shadow abilities, each item also has slots that can be used for additional items. This allows players to customize their character's fighting style. Items and abilities are classified into different types: ordinary, rare, epic, and legendary. Good time killer, great graphics, thoughtful physics, a lot of weapons and opportunities. Of course, this game is old, but it deserves a place on our list. And we move on. Continuing the theme of comics and fans of superheroes, Marvel is a Battle of Champions, a free fighting game for mobile platforms and not a good Marvel game in recent years. According to the plot, the heroes and villains from the Marvel comic book universe staged a grand battle in the all-against-all format in order to find out which of them is the strongest fighter. To win, the player must assemble his own team of superhumans and overcome an almost infinite number of trials, including online with live people. The developer's passion for constant updates, the latter happened on the eve of the release of the movie Ant-Man in the cinemas, has now turned the Battle of Champions into an endless game, which it's unlikely to get through without the donut in even a couple of weeks. Fans of Marvel and fighting games will be very happy. There is no such amount of content in any similar game for mobile platforms. Dozens of superheroes, single-player mode with a plot and pathos of dialogue, multiplayer with clans and chat, a full leveling of characters, and much, much more. All this is packaged in a very attractive rapper. Battle of the Champions can be easily called one of the cutest mobile games of recent times. It was a decent game on our list. We have said enough. Now it's up to you to play. And for a long time we will not linger here. We are waiting for some more instances. Transformers: Forged to Fight, a fighting game with RPG elements. In it you have to collect the most popular Transformers created in the history of the franchise, Autobots and Decepticons from the animated series, comics, films, and even series of toys. This means that you are waiting for Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee, and Megatron, all well-known characters. The main part of the gameplay is fights, where the player is given the opportunity to fight on a three-dimensional round field. Opportunities are limited by moving sideways, shooting, jerking forward, blocking, normal blows, and special attacks. For victories, experience and various resources are given for improving characters. Each of the characters belongs to one of 6 classes: Scout, Technician, Destroyer, Tactician, Fist Fighter, and Warrior, while some classes have an advantage over others. During the mission, the player uses a team of several bots and can choose a fighter before each battle. The player also has a base responsible for various aspects of the game: the development of crystals for receiving transformers, alliances, and events. In addition to the plot, the game has team missions, as well as battles with other players and an attack on their bases. This game will be interesting to fans of the Transformers series. A worthy place in our list is Transformers: Forged to Fight. And we continue to move to the top. Of course, I can't miss the legend of all generations. Mortal Kombat Mobile. His famous fatality, amazing graphics, and stunning tricks on your mobile device. Gather an elite team of Mortal Kombat warriors and prove yourself in the greatest tournament on Lang equals on Garth. Characters fight in hard battles 3-3. Gather your own team of Mortal Kombat fighters and fight to earn experience, new special attacks, and powerful artifacts. Combine characters from various teams such as Ronin, Nightmare, and Day of the Dead to gain an edge over your enemies. Assemble a huge collection. Collect over 130 Mortal Kombat characters, including veterans such as Scorpio, Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero, Cassie Cage, Ermac, and many others. Pass your difficult tests. Test yourself in a series of matches to add new Mortal Kombat fighters to the collection. Tests take place Lang equals on every week. Network Faction Wars. Compete with other players in the Faction Wars of the online tournament against teams of other players. Make your way to the top of your faction's leaderboard to receive weekly prizes. Mortal Kombat X. This is the most popular game in the world of fighting game. Many words do not need to understand this game. We must move on. Other games await us. Next, Chronoblade is an arcade role-playing action game with a side view for mobile platforms. Players engage in battle as Pact members. The Pact is a collection of heroes from various worlds. Heroes can choose a team and fight against the Chronarchs, the evil forces who plan to destabilize the multiverse. This is a full-fledged action RPG with a side view. The combat system resembles that of Street of Rage and feels quite dynamic. However, the RPG component is not shy about using its free-to-play model, forcing the player to invest in order to play better. The main thing is to get to level 8, where limited dungeons, PvP arena, and adventure mode will open. Next is the most interesting. Beautiful graphics and an interesting gameplay will be an excellent time killer in your smartphone. As usual, we won't stay here long and move on. Taekwondo Game is an iOS, Android, fighting game featuring Taekwondo competitions. User will learn some of the tricks of one of the most famous Oriental martial arts and try to apply them in single-player mode, as well as in multiplayer. The sparring winner is determined after 3 rounds according to the points. For different strokes, participants are entitled to a certain number of points. Games should appeal to those who are familiar with this martial art. Developers emphasize that the project uses real Olympic rules, as well as all traditional punches. It is noteworthy that in the free mode Taekwondo Game offers only training and multiplayer mode, with friends on the same Wi-Fi network. To unlock single events, you need to buy an add-on. Good Fight, Clear Controls, and Timekiller Taekwondo Game occupies a worthy place in our list, and we will continue our review. The official Comix Zone port for iPhone and Android gives a serious relief to the mobile gamer, allowing you to save progress and load at any time. There is also a network board of achievements, which displays the results of other players. Convenience: fans can connect Bluetooth controller to their iOS device and control the sketch turner. The developers have provided an interesting way to monetize Comix Zone. It is distributed for free, with built-in advertising and a need to view another promotional video for cloud-based game storage. The uniqueness of Comix Zone provided a visual style, because the hero does not just walk around locations, but climbs from frame to frame. This technique allowed developers to quickly change gameplay, backgrounds, and opponents, and also aroused the admiration of gamers. Very legendary and interesting game. She came to us from the console Sega. Beautiful graphics, not a bad time killer. This game also takes pride of place in our list of the best games. And so, my dear bro and girlfriends, it was a review of 9 fighting games. In my opinion, these are interesting and fascinating games. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, bro, like and subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Adios.